Hi everybody, welcome back. We are Digital Eclipse and we're streaming for Extra Life. We are fundraising to raise money for children's hospitals, Children's Miracle Networks, children's hospitals. I really screwed that up. Anyway, we're raising money for sick kids. We've raised $2,435. We want to raise more. We will be streaming to you 36 hours this weekend. We are concluding our first 24 hours. We're going to play a little Life Force for you tonight.
Yep.
And once that's done, we'll be wrapped for the evening, but we will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for 12 more hours of streaming.
Boy, that'll be good times.
So please join us now, join us then. Enjoy the stream, donate if you can. There's a link above me and below me if you're watching on Twitch, and all around if you're watching us on the Extra Life donation pages.
So we've got our finale. Here's a 30-minute stretch of Life Force. Is this a series that became Gradius, or is this a different series?
So this is a spin-off series of Gradius, but there's some interesting history here. It's actually a localization of a game called Salamander that appeared in Japan. Well, we're playing the NES version. There was an arcade version. It was localized in the US as Life Force, and some of the assets and some of the content were changed. This particular game has a couple of extra levels, for example. But yeah, it's a spin-off of Gradius, so you're going to get a very Gradius vibe from it. And I did put a controller in front of you because we're actually going to be playing this game together.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is we're going to briefly play this game together, and then Kyle's going to die, and I'm going to play the rest of Life Force. That's my prediction.
Pretty
That's
likely.
Usually how these multiplayer streams
go.
Yeah.
So really quick, what are the differences between this series and Gradius from a mechanical? Like, what makes this?
We can play two players simultaneously.
Okay, and you could not in Gradius.
You could not in Gradius.
Okay.
That is one of them. Your laser upgrade, there, rather than a spread shot, you have a ripple laser, which has a very similar mechanical effect. And at this point in history, there weren't many other differences. I think you could recollect your options.
The name was very different.
Yeah, the name was very different.
Very different spelling, pronunciation.
Vertical and horizontal stages. I don't remember
That's
when that was
interesting,
part of Gradius. Gradius did have
Gradius
3D stages at one
that?
point in the arcade.
Gradius ever went vertical? I don't remember seeing Gradius vertical. Might never have done that. That's a pretty big difference.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's do this. We're going to play a two-player game of Gradius.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
I am this ship. All right. How many do I want before activation? What's the rule?
Generally, you want to start with some speeds up. And then useful things are options and lasers. It's your typical Gradius loadout, so you're not going to really miss anything.
I'll get some missiles, grab a speed.
I generally prefer the laser to
Ripple.
Also in this game, you can, for the first time, I believe, in Gradius, upgrade multiple times and get a better version of, for example, the laser or your missiles.
Huh. That's interesting. Hey. What the? Okay.
And it's not very fair. It is an arcade game.
I was going to say, I don't actually know what I was supposed to do there. I think just die.
You were supposed to go through before that happened.
Oh, so like that again. Yeah, okay. All right. Cool. All right, go get him, Ian.
Are you out already? Okay.
Yeah,
well, Ian's going to play Life Force here.
Yeah, the gotcha traps got me. I was gotten by the gotchas. And interestingly, like, it definitely reads as the eat your quarter arcade machine, because just as an example, early on they establish that those growth things don't block your path. They just shape where you have to maneuver to, and then they immediately break their rule and deliver you something that's a cheap shot. And then they do it again. And the last death, I will actually take credit for. I completely miscontrolled. I literally, the Nintendo D-pad has never been one I've been great at. And that was me just charging into instant death when I was trying to go down. I don't know how I survived gaming until modern controllers.
Oh, I almost ate it there.
Yeah, boy, that is something. So you said you can upgrade the laser further?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
This is the origin of the iconic Gradius boss Golem.
Oh. I would not have guessed. It's a brain. I see a brain. What's up, brain? Boy, that brain takes a while to show up. What the heck? What is it doing? Are you even damaging it there? It's blocking with the blue.
You shoot it in the eye.
Oh, the eye it doesn't have yet. Oh, there's the eye.
Can we get just a smidge more game audio? I think will help with this.
Sure, yeah, I can do that because I
Don't
got.
need a lot, maybe a decibel or two.
All right. So that is this one.
It does have some catchy music I'd like to jam to.
How's that? Is that a little better?
That's better. I could go a little more even.
A little more. Doing it. Wait for it.
See, this is like a level 2 laser. See, it's much faster.
How about that? I can push it a little
That's good.
more.
No, that's plenty.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You bet. What do they call those things? Options?
You can call them options, yes. Depending on the game and the localization, sometimes they're referred to simply as multiple.
Oh, multiples. Okay.
I like in this game you can actually destroy the volcanoes. Whoa,
Oh my goodness.
That's unfortunate. I was not prepared.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Oh
Oof.
my. Doing it not great. May be jumping back in sooner than you thought.
Perhaps so. Yeah, this is some good music.
Ah,
Oh man. Okay. All right.
here we go.
You can grab that one. Oh my gosh. Ah. Could not kill that volcano. I must have been out of alignment with exactly where it was. Oh, for Pete's sake. Go. This game is ruthless. Stop it.
I like that we both sneaked into the middle there.
Yeah, it seems
We were
so
on the
much safer.
out of the corridors, and then we moved together.
Oh my god, jeez. I totally did not see that. I disagree with that collision. I will have words with that guy. Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
Nice dodge. Oh, that was interesting. Nicely done. Do you actually have to thread that needle? You totally do. Oh my goodness.
Why wouldn't you?
Why indeed?
You might recognize this boss too. I forget his name.
That wasn't even the boss, that thing? Oy.
Well, sort of. There's lots
Mini
of bosses
boss,
in
yeah.
Gradius games.
Oh yeah, wow.
Whoops. I ran right into that one.
That
huh?
is true. Woof.
We got this.
We got this. Do you think the missile's a better opener than speed for this?
This stage has a lot of stuff on the edges. Either or.
Yeah.
You're probably going to want to speed when you're dodging those rocks. At least one.
Yeah.
I missed.
Oh no.
We missed
All
it.
right, grab that one.
I will also take a missile.
Now, did you say you could upgrade the missile?
Yes, there's 2 tiers of missile.
Oh my gosh. I almost missed that.
Let's focus fire these.
Yeah.
Since neither. Oh, that isn't a volcano. But let's focus fire the volcanoes.
Sure, yeah.
Since we neither of us have a lot of firepower.
Yeah.
These are the volcanoes.
Please. Sheesh.
I got one.
One
I
got
don't know
me.
how I threaded that, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Lordy.
Oh.
These things are so durable. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't get it. I don't know what to do about them. When you don't have the firepower, you just can't win that exchange.
You have to get really close so you can rapid fire.
Oof. That's it for me. Jeez, oh man, I got wrecked that time. Did better on the first attempt.
That was embarrassing. What could go wrong?
There is nothing that could possibly go wrong.
Where enemy despawned here? That's a bummer. I was going after him. There is one. I don't think that's the same one.
My goodness. Oh, my Lanta. Yeah, you wouldn't know it from watching my performance, but the first game I designed professionally was a shmup.
I programmed it.
You did indeed.
Okay, let's not casually bump into this guy for no reason this time.
Yeah, just not casually. Just not casually. If you're gonna smash into it, at least do it authoritatively.
Everything's fine.
I appreciate the...
Need a little more speed, I think.
I appreciate the classic, you need to be nearer to the center to rotate faster than it's spinning. Okay, okay. Such a simple and terrifying boss design. Oh.
I could probably get into the middle there and do some serious damage.
Maybe. I mean, what's the bigger gamble, right?
Yeah, I'll play it safe.
Safe, safe. Sheesh. Oh my goodness.
Now I'll do it.
Nicely done. Nicely done. 10 people witnessed that amazing moment. Buys me an opportunity to have a sip of this water. One of my earliest video gaming memories is actually playing, I think, Life Force 2?
Really? Life Force 2 is a very... it's not a game that was released in the US.
Then maybe it wasn't. I think it was either a Life Force or a Gradius. I don't think it was this one. And you know, we were kids, we entered the Konami code, you know.
We could do that, but what's the fun in that?
Nah, yeah.
Whoops.
I'm not saying we should do that now, but it was, you know, we were very young and very bad at games, and I am still bad at them.
I don't think that's true.
Well, I'm bad at this one.
Well, as you pointed out, this one is not a very fair game.
Sure. Oh, yeah, I'm back.
We're going to beat this, by the way, even if it takes a little bit more than our time.
Okay, all right. Now, do they spawn double enemies when there's two players?
Of course they don't. Why would they do that?
Ah, bugger. Missed one. Kill that thing, please. What's the blue do?
It destroys all the enemies on the screen.
For crying out loud, why are some of the birds one-shots and some of them take a million bullets?
Well, certain birds, you have to kind of watch them. Certain birds turn into fireballs.
What is going on? I could not figure out which one I was. I was dying and I had no sense of what was happening there. The first time I died, I saw what happened, and the next two times I didn't even know which plane was mine.
You were the one that was flying into the lava.
Clearly that was true. There was one time I thought I was the other one and like moved and just plowed myself right in. Jeez, oh man.
Huh.
Boy, that was
Well, you got another shot at it.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't.
Nope. Wow, 3 continues.
Go again from the beginning? Or should I play some single player?
You can do a single player. That's fine.
All
Give
right.
it a run. Give it a run.
It'll go a little smoother.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
It'll go
I guess you get more power-ups that way, right?
that's
So
the
yeah,
key.
yeah. Quick game, Marble Madness. Oh man, I remember Marble
That's
Madness.
a quick game. I don't have it here, but we could play it at some point.
Another fond childhood memory. I actually liked. I didn't love Marble Madness. I really struggled with the orientation and the controls of it. But Marble Raceways was actually something I played with the physical kind when I was a little kid. It was one of my favorite toys. I always loved physics-based toys. Found them really, really entertaining. Just close it off in front of you. What are you doing, game? Even though those are red, are those indestructible?
Even though what are red?
Those big spikes?
Yes, they are indestructible.
Because all the other red things are like weak points and the ones that drop the power-ups.
I should have got
One of the laser, yeah.
That's okay. Option's good. The speedrunners always go for option.
Really?
Yeah.
Do lasers have the same property as the regular shot of the nearer you are to things, the more effective?
There is a limited number that can be on screen, which is sort of the limiter that's going
Right.
on there, yes.
And
But
lasers
they also
do have that.
multi-hit.
I could not. I probably wouldn't be able to do that fine maneuvering there if my life depended on it with the Nintendo D-pad. The first D-pad I was ever any good with was the Sony one.
Well, at least it's not a GameCube.
Certainly not a GameCube one. Yeah, the Sony D-pad offering those discrete buttons, I could control that immaculately.
Well, they didn't do that till the PS2, I think, right?
I don't remember. They eventually went back, actually, and had the
The rocker.
rocker, or they had a rocker underneath. But there were a couple of them where I think they were actually, maybe they just faked it. Maybe it was never truly discrete buttons. But one of them, they went backwards and underneath had it be a rocker, even though on the surface it looked like flat buttons. And my thumbs are just not precise enough, so like I'll push down and it'll take it as down and to the right. Stuff like that, and that happens all the time on these old D-pads. So speedrunners always go for the options, huh?
Yep. Double the regular firepower is better in the long run than laser, but in the hands of somebody very talented and can position themselves in the right spots, you know.
Interesting.
You can also recover them if you die.
Really?
Yes.
Of course, the speedrunners would be trying to avoid that anyway.
Right. Well, a speedrunner will never die.
Right.
Speedrunners never say die.
Also true.
Oh, I missed one here. I'll take the upgraded laser, though.
Is it a longer stream? Is that what I'm seeing
It's
there?
faster, longer, yeah, more hits. It's pretty effective. See, this is, you know, it's got the Konami arcade balance curve where it's like, okay, I'm pretty jazzed up now, so
Right.
nothing's going to be really challenging for a while.
So now you just want to stack options, right?
Basically, I might go for a shield. I definitely want one more option first.
Right.
Ooh, that one was close. Probably shouldn't have gone this way. I usually go left here. I wish I had taken some speed power-ups.
Yep. Have you taken any yet?
I don't think I have. Fortunately, I can slow things down by filling the screen with my crap.
Oh my goodness. So what is going on there when you have that shimmer?
So the NES can only render left to right 10 sprites on a particular scan line. So what you're seeing is more sprites on the same scan line, and how it's handled varies per game, but usually what a game will do is if there's likely to be a bunch of sprites on the same scan line out of the game's control, such as a game like this, it's a shooter where there's crap all over the screen all the time. What they do is they render the sprites in different orders. I think I'll take the
Spike though was saying the original PS1 D-pad had separate buttons and it looks like they stayed that way even up to modern PlayStation controllers. So somewhere along the line they changed it so that, and it might, again, this might have always been true, but it looked like separate buttons at a certain point, but was not. So underneath the hood, it was a single piece of plastic. So they had a rocker behind the scenes. Wow, you carved it real fast. But I don't know when that change was made or if it was just a change in construction. It was always a rocker underneath. But I think there was a period where it was actually literally 4 separate buttons. And then at some point they just went with the solid piece of plastic, but on the surface it still looked like 4 separate buttons. And I know that because the way one of my controllers broke, and it might have been PS3, but it might have been PS4, I don't remember which, is it started to get overly sensitive on pressing right, so that when I would press down, the switch on the right would also toggle. And that was the end of that particular controller. But it wasn't all the time. Like if I pressed down on the left side of the down button, it wouldn't happen. But if I pressed it slightly on the right side of the down button, it would trigger to the right. And you could see it. Like you could see the depression of the right button while I wasn't pressing it. So again, it was a thing that they changed at some point. Boy, you do cut that awfully saucy.
I'm a professional.
All right, nicely job.
All right, let's see if I can avoid smacking into the fire in this stage.
It's
and we should be
easier
pretty
said than
good to
done.
go. I'm gonna take another speed to help with that.
So what is the shield? Is the shield the next one, or is the next one another
The
option?
next one will be a shield. If I collect the shield.
So how do you get your options back? You said you can collect them?
I thought they were left behind as you died. Maybe I'm wrong about
Maybe
that.
not.
That certainly happened at some point in this game series. I thought this was the game that introduced that mechanic, but I'm clearly mistaken.
That's a dragon.
It is a dragon.
Boy, this level is ruthless. Those fireballs coming out with zero warning. I don't think there is any warning on those showing up. Those actually do have a telegraph. It's just really subtle.
To answer your question, I'm not sure what hit me there.
There was one of the quick spawns. The untelegraphed quick spawns.
To answer your question, the shield will protect you against non-continuous damage, I think 2 or 3 times.
Oh,
So
wow.
like a single shot, or if you have a very light tap with something but it doesn't continue for more than a frame, it will protect you from that.
Jeez Louise.
Wow, I am not doing very well at this game. I thought that we were going to blow through it.
Yeah.
I remember
We are.
blowing through it.
You're welcome to keep going here, but if you do full game over, we are at 10:04.
Okay, we will call it if I game over again.
Yeah, the full version, the version that doesn't let you continue, right?
Right,
Play
right.
out your continues. We really appreciate everyone sticking around with us and hanging out. We got 8 people still here, even though it's 10 p.m. Pacific time. It's great to have you. Remember, we will be back tomorrow with another 12 hours of sheer unadulterated glory from 10 to 10.
Oh, goodness. I may have game over rather quickly.
Maybe fast. I think that was your first. I think you got one more continue. You'll get one more go if you run out of lives here. I think. Well, let's find out, shall we?
It's funny what you remember being difficult and what you don't.
Yep. That it is. That it is. Well, goodness knows how many times you would have played this to reach a point, you know, where it's all fresh in your mind.
Sure.
Where it was. So, of course, you play something until you master it. And then your last memory of experiencing it is, I mastered this, it's easy.
Sure, that is a thing.
So it makes some sense. Woof.
I think we're done pretty soon, actually.
Yeah.
Close to on time.
That's all right. The important thing is we defeated Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge, and we got I got to do a nice dramatic voiceover reading
The ending, that was pretty great.
of the ending, which was just great.
That was the highlight of my stream. And that's going to be game.
All right.
Is it? I think so.
I think. Oh, you got one more. Do it. I mean, you know.
And we're going to one-shot this whole thing here. Here we go. No problem.
This is the time, folks. This is the time. I like how there's this sort of gambling act roll of the dice of like how many continues you have left. Yeah, seriously, people complain TMNT is hard. They've forgotten about life force. It is, you know, I definitely don't miss the cheap shot. You know, the original free-to-play games or the, I guess, microtransaction games were the arcades. You know, long before that started showing up in MMOs and mobile games, arcades would try to milk you for everything they could with cheap shot after cheap shot, and that extended for a really, really long time because it's how the vendors made their money back, because you had purchased this arcade machine that would cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars by the end, and so you need them to eat tokens or quarters or whatever. So they would just, they would rely upon memorization, and
Well, that's going to be it.
that's pretty likely it.
Mike and I were talking the other day. He says there's an earlier game, and I don't remember it, but it's interesting to me that I think a lot of people, I was reading an article about it, this is why I mentioned it, a lot of people regard Double Dragon 3 as the first game that has to have microtransactions. Above and beyond, like, the typical
Specifically
arcade
Double
model.
Dragon 3.
Yeah, and the reason being is when you played Double Dragon 3, you could pay a quarter and play the game normally.
Yeah.
Or you
could
could
pay
pay
two?
more money, and you could unlock like a really powerful character and play the game as that.
Really?
Yes. Very interesting.
That's actually pretty cool trivia. Yeah, Spiketail saying, what's the classic number for Defender? 26 seconds per quarter. There you go. I mean, that's even better than a penny a second. You're getting a better deal than that.
All right. Well, that was the first 3 levels of Life Force. I thought we were going to just blow through this game. That's how I recall it in my memory, and apparently that is very wrong. But we're going to call it for tonight. Again, Kyle was calling this out a moment ago, but we will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I'm going to kick off with an NES block. I forget what Norm is doing. Do you have our Twitch page open? I think it has our schedule on there.
Yeah,
So
I can
will
go here,
say
scroll
what
down.
Norm is doing. Yeah, is our time on there?
Meet the team. I do not see a schedule. That's all right.
I don't know what Norm's doing, but
Come
he's
check it
gonna,
out.
he's going to
It'll
take
be
the
great.
second hour, and then it's mostly going to be me for the rest of the day. We'll be playing some Mischief Makers.
Mischief
That's
Makers.
cool.
Yeah, that's an
Yeah.
interesting game.
It is
Boy,
a
that'll be
good
great.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
But again, we're doing all of this. We're raising money for Extra Life, for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. 2435 is the number we've got so far, but we want more. So donate at the link above, or if you're on Twitch, there's links below. And again, if you're on Extra Life pages, there's donate buttons somewhere, all around.
All around donate buttons.
And we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Everyone have a great night.